We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to something brand new from the mind of Dave Pumphouse. We're starting a Kriegsspiel campaign, and we've had quite a few people sign up to it. It's the 40k Kriegsspiel idea, project, concept that I invented, bastardized from a whole bunch of different rules. And this is the opening game that we are calling The Rise of Ragnash, or The Rise of Griphook Ragnash, rather, I should say, because Griphook Ragnash is going to be played by my dearest friend, Freddie Come Lightly. Hello, Freddie.
Hello, Dave. Pleasure to be here as always.
Are you ready to kick some ass with cheap bubblegum with your feral orcs?
Oh, we're going to bring the mighty war. We're going to decimate your forces, mate. You underestimate us just because we've got axes, no guns.
You got bows and arrows. You got bows and arrows, and I've only really got like little crappy muskets, 'cause my little yes, because we're calling it this, the last of the Motch'Ikans, which is obviously again a bastardized thing about last of the Mohicans, because we've made our little PDF regiment a bunch of American Indians. It does become a little bit of a theme these days when I play 40k stuff, RPGs. I always want to become an American Indian. So basically, this is the opening move. This is the opening move from Griphook Ragnash. He's trying to take a little redoubt next to a river, and he's got at the moment 3 wings of troops on the board, with a 4th in reserve should he need to do it. I don't think he'll need to do it, but hopefully this battle will give you a bit of flavour, Freddie, because this is your first battle, isn't it? This is your first ever Kriegsspiel battle.
It is my first.
Yeah.
I've heard many tales of Kriegsspiel, sat through many videos of Kriegsspiel.
But you never played it.
I'm actually going to. I'm looking forward to it. I've never played it, never before. I've only just sat on the sidelines of the battlefield and
observed me from time to time.
But it looks really like a proper interesting game. Heavily reliant on strategy.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, I don't know. Do you, first off, before you start making your orders and stuff, do you want to tell people about Griphook Ragnash? Give him a bit of story. You're drifting
There's
in
not
and
much
out.
to say. He's a bastard son of. He's a bastard son of 12 a litter of 12 orcs. He was the third youngest, so he didn't really have a great start in life, because most of his brothers were bigger than him. He got pushed about a bit, but now he sort of managed to unify a few orcs and come along and try and make his name by conquering this planet.
That's it. Okay, yeah, and like we said, he's.
That's it. That's all we know about him so far.
That's all we know about him so far, but I'm sure we'll get to know him as the battles continue, because you are actually facing 10 seasoned veterans of the IKS, who are each playing their Imperial Guard regiments. But for this game, you're just playing against me just to get a feel for the game, see if you want to stick around. But yeah, without further ado, you and me have talked before the start of the game. You obviously don't know where my troops are, but your starting position is as you wanted it. We've got wing 1 Wing 2, which is where you are at, and your boar cavalry. I will redo these pieces at some point, but we wanted to get this game up and ready tonight because that's pretty much the time that we've got, and I had to kind of come up with very basic pieces, but we'll work on that. We'll work on that. But yes, if you would like to put in your orders, I'm all ready. I'm all ready for it.
Okay, so we'll start with Wing 1,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll move those just in position, in formation that they are now.
Yeah.
3 squares forward to the forest edge.
You want to move them to the forest edge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Due north.
Due north to the forest edge. What about your second wing?
Yeah.
The one you're with.
Second wing, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna move them north in formation,
Mm-hmm.
just due north, like marching directly towards the forest edge, towards Rex Farm. But they don't want to come outside of the forest, not just yet.
So near where those rocks are, basically, or do you want them further north to Rex Farm?
No, near where the rocks are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what about your cavalry wing? Where's it going to go?
They're gonna go northwest.
Northwest.
Between, yeah, they want to end up at the forest edge again as well, but somewhere in the middle between the brook and Rex Farm.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's your orders. I'll go complete that, and I'll be back in uno momento, as they say, to tell you what you see. Okay? I said I'll be back in uno momento. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
No problem.
Okay then, people. So, pretty basic orders. Move them forward. No contact yet. I'm going to say, you know what? I should have. So I'll explain the rules. So, basically, we're using a D100 for results. Each piece has their own stats, although we're working off Griphook Ragnash's stats for simplicity, and all these guys get like a 35% base to pass. So basically, these dice need to roll below 35. Let's say, from that angle, maybe with a little bit of an advantage. Maybe if he lands in the 10s or 20s, he might spot something. Doesn't see a thing. Got an 82, so he doesn't see a thing. These guys will obviously, in that amount of time, they'll move up. But that's what it is. Yeah, they'll stop, and then in that amount of time, I'm sure the cavalry and war pigs, even though they're going through quite dense jungle, will not do anything. I don't think these guys will see him from all over the way over there, but yeah, there's pretty much nothing in the way from seeing them from that angle. But we'll delete these lines, and we'll go back and tell Freddy that it's now his next turn. Hello, Freddy.
Hello.
How are you? So
I'm not too bad.
you have reached the rocks. You have not been spotted yet. Your orcs are in position. What's next?
They're then
there's no troops
I've got
directly in front of you. So yeah, it's all quiet so far.
well. First off, let's get my 2 arrow boys from Wing One and make sure they're at the front,
You
the
want them at the
furthest
front.
most front edge of the forest. Still hidden,
Yeah.
but on the front, ready to take aim, and do the same with Wing Two. So basically, they're almost next to each other.
You want them next. You want them next to one another. So how
Well,
do you want to do
in
this?
the same line sort of thing.
So you want
So
spell this out for me. So you want your arrow boys from Group 1 to get to the front of the line of Group 1.
yeah, but remain on the left, and the arrow boys from Wing Two to get to the front, but remain on the right, and so they should basically end up with, even if they're not right next to each other, 4 arrow boys.
I think I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically just want to kind of join up the two lines, but with your arrow boys, kind of thing. Because
yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Anything for your cav?
We're gonna leave the squigs and 2 of the boar cavalry behind, and we're gonna send 2 of the boar cavalry just onwards to Rex Farm.
Okay.
Just to have a little sniff about, have a look.
Sure. No problem. We'll do that for you. See you in a bit. Okay. So that was easy enough. He's being very cautious for an orc, I think. Maybe a little bit too cautious. Gonna have to jostle about a bit. But these pigs, they'll go sniff around Rex Farm. Maybe upset a few locals, a few farmers. They'll start hearing them and seeing them come out of the forest and start hollering and running away to Castle Clifton. I think maybe we'll give him a report and say some grots on the far end of the line, spot that over by the ruins towards Castle Clifton. There's seems to be a bit of a wall and troops marching along it, although they haven't been spotted yet. And because that's a bit of rough ground, I'm going to say that's pretty uneven. I know we don't have any kind of topographical kind of information about contours and stuff, but we'll just have to imagine for now. But yeah, his pigs, they probably won't see that redoubt, but they'll probably they'll just report nothing. So here we go. Let's see what his reaction is to that. Freddy, come lightly. Hello.
Yes, do it, boy.
I'm back. So from where you are, you see 2 groups of boar riders head out to Rex Farm.
Yeah.
They've caught up with a few civilians, caught them out in and the ones that didn't leave their homes and stuff around that farm. Some of them escaped, fled across the field, hollering and screaming. But there's no enemy troops in Rex Farm, that's for sure. However, some word does come down the line from your snots from the far end of Group 1 that over towards the direction of Castle Clifton just where there's those fields and that what looks like a little ruin, it looks like the humans have built a bit of a timber wall, like a little timber structure type of thing. Um,
Okay.
so they've got
Okay.
defenses. They've got defenses, and they can see soldiers on top of that wall.
Okay. Okay. And that's the latest information.
That's the latest information.
Okay. From what my guys can see, they can only see they can see as far as the castle, but they can't see any other troops around the area in the open field.
There's no troops in the open field right in front of you. Your whole line can see that there's no troops out in front of you. As far as Orchard Villa, Bowles Farm is clear. Nothing up near the brook, from what they can see either. But yeah, your little snots and grots at the end of the line there are just kind of whispering down the line that they can see humans around the ruins behind a wall.
Yeah. Okay. So with wing one,
Uh-huh.
let's move the grots down the line to the left, so they're in front of that sort of thinner bush just outside of the forest.
Oh yeah. Okay. You want all your grots and snots to go in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. What else?
The sluggers just behind them.
You want the sluggers to go as well. Okay.
Yeah. And the arrow boys just to the right hand side of them, but still in the forest.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And let's have the in wing two. Let's have the grots and sluggers side by side, forming a line along the forest edge as well, please.
So they're already in line along the edge of the forest,
But side by side.
side by side. No, but I mean, do you want them like in columns, or do you want to like still in line formation, or what?
Still in line formation. Yeah, just forming a line across the forest. Enveloping the forest edge,
Okay.
and then with the knobs and the arrow boys from wing two just behind that line with Griphook.
Okay. I think.
And we'll
Yeah.
leave it like that. We'll just have the two scouting boar cavalry head over to Orchard Villa, and they're a little bit closer to the castle.
Okay. No problem. We'll go sort that out.
And that's what that's how I'll play it for now.
Okay. See you in a bit. Okay. So what we'll do is, as these guys are moving, as he asked, it can be done. He wants 2 arrow boys on the right by the forest. He didn't. I think he. Well, he didn't mention anything about the squigs and the knobs from group 2, so we'll leave them there. The boar cavalry will go over to Orchard Farm, and as they do that, they'll definitely spot something, the Boar cavalry, and they'll start to holler and make noise. But they think that they might see something, because it is a 36. So I mean, it's only 1 pip off. Yeah, I mean, after seeing them, they're starting to watch the forest. But Griphook Ragnash, too far away to know anything about that yet. So we'll go back. Griphook Ragnash. Are you there, Griphook?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Because if you're saying anything, I can't hear you. You're going to have to put the mic up to your...
Right here.
Okay, good. So, you've seen your...
Right here, Miss.
Okay, so you've seen your Boar cavalry go over to Orchard Villa. And
yeah,
you presume that Wing 1 has done as asked. What's next?
Yeah. We're gonna bring. I suppose my Boar cav is only halfway, really, to Orchard Villa.
No, they've made it there already.
But nothing really to report.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they were sending something back, it wouldn't be with you yet. It would probably be with you next turn. But you've seen that they've crossed from Rex Farm to Orchard Villa unopposed. No problem.
Okay. Well, let's bring the other Boar cav and Squigs down to Rex Farm, just in support.
Okay. Anything else, or?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Not until I have an idea where the if there's any outside encampments or outside units.
Okay, I'll just roll something really quick. Okay. And then I'll just roll for the pigs. 48. Okay. No problem. Okay, so your pigs have moved out of the forest. You've seen them head over to Rex Farm with your squigs. And you get 2 messages. First one is from your boar riders up near Orchard Villa. They reckon that over near the sunken bush lane there might be some enemy troops positioned behind the bushes, lurking in the bushes somewhere.
The other side, on the other side of the river, or by Sunken Bush Lane?
By Sunken Bush Lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get another message from your group 1.
Yep.
They estimate that there's probably over in those ruins just south of Clifton Farm, Clifton Castle, rather. They reckon there's about two platoons of enemies. They reckon they can easily take them.
They reckon they could easily take them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can I still move my troops, or
you can still move your troops? Yeah. This is the beginning of another turn. So I mean, you've had your squigs and your dudes move out from the woods to Rex Farm as ordered. What's next?
Okay, we're gonna bring Group 2 out of the woods in the formation that they're in now, in a line from Bowles Hill, to the forest, so they're facing Castle Clifton.
Yeah, okay. No problem. So we'll have them coming out like that. Anything else?
We'll move the rest of the paws and the squigs up to Orchard Villa.
Sure.
And we'll leave it there, dear boy. we'll wait for this elusive IKS to show its face.
Well, no, you're just playing me. You're not playing anyone. Remember?
I
could have got a
I know.
volunteer, but
It's only my first game, dear boy.
I know it's your only first game, but okay. So you see most of your boys and everyone coming out of the forest. They're marching across the open ground. You see your squigs and your boars over by Orchard Villa. And what's next?
That's it. Another turn for me.
It's a new turn. Your orders are very simple, and so your orders are very simple. So we're speeding through this. It's like turn 6 already.
Oh, okay. It's going faster than I anticipated.
Well, it's like that when there's only 2 of you. You can blitz through a game in an hour and a half, which is why I'm doing this like little test game. If you can do one of these or maybe even 2 of these a week, it might be quite good for the campaign. But what's next?
Well, let's move the Wing 2 line up in line with the Orchard Villa.
Yeah, that's where they're going.
And let's keep the let's keep Group 1 still in the forest, but bring their line parallel up with the edge of the forest, but going more south-west, so they're sort of below Castle Clifton.
Oh, you want them to shift over to the southwest a bit more? You don't want them like in those reeds?
No, just still in the forest, but on the left, more towards Beaks Farm.
Okay, all of them.
Just you can leave the Arrow Boys and the Knobs by the reeds.
Okay. And what about the squigs in Group 1? What about them?
Leave them by the reeds as well.
Okay.
So it's just have Grots and Sluggers heading down in the forest by Beaks Farm.
Sure thing, no problem. I'll just do that for you right now. Toodaloo. Okay, well that's an interesting thing. I didn't expect him to do that because he's shifting his line over, which is probably quite clever. So we'll say that after all of that, these guys doing that. These guys will be fine to do that. He wants them just kind of over by the reeds, so we'll do that. And go like that. And that would make sense. I think what these guys will actually try and do is send a message to send a runner up to the redoubt and tell him to go into the rough ground, actually. So we'll give him something to think about in the next turn. So he'll go like that, and then he'll enter the rough ground and maybe hit him in the flank with a quick platoon. And now, will these guys see them moving? Let's see. They do see them moving. Yep. Alarm bells are starting to ring. They've identified that there's stuff going on here. These guys have probably been alerted now too. They're gonna probably move in, some in the bushes over here and one in the farm like that. These guys are gonna hold their position, and we are ready, I think. And all these blips are actually the Imperial Guards up here doing their strategy, which is quite nice. We've got like 14 people in this campaign, which is quite good. We've had some losses already, as some people couldn't commit the time. But yeah, I like the way it's going. I like the way Freddy's he's got a good picture in his mind of what's going on. And I like the way he's trying to envelop the troops and stuff. He should win. I mean, I designed the scenario, so he should get a nice little morale boost out of it. But hi, Bill. That's all right. We'll be done. We'll be done in an hour. Okay, let's go back.
Hello there, boy.
Okay, so I'm back. You see your Snots and Grots and your Slugger Boys still in line, still just crossing Bowles Farm in line right now, actually. And you presume that by now Wing 1 has probably got down near by Beak's farm already. What's your orders?
Wow. The two boar cav and squigs, are they still in?
They're still in
Rex
Orchard
Farm?
Villas. Yeah, they're still in Orchard Villa.
Oh, so the whole group's
The whole
third
group,
is
the whole
is
cavalry
linked
group
together.
is hanging out by Orchard Villa.
Okay. Well, let's send the cavalry group squigs in first
Oh yeah.
to Sunken Bush Lane
Okay.
to poke out those hidden Imperial puny scum with their cardboard box armor, and the cavalry can come in the line behind,
Right.
and clean up after the exploding squigs have finished their attack.
Okay. Sure thing. I'll probably take a turn or two to do that. Anything else?
Yeah, we're bring Group 1 up
Yeah.
of Beak's farm, marching towards the windmill,
Okay.
and we'll bring the archers, the arrow boys, out in front of the reeds for Group 1 in support, along with the knobs.
Okay. Sure. No worries. Is that it?
And we'll keep Group 2 marching in a line towards
Yeah.
towards the ruins.
Towards the ruins.
Yeah.
No problem. going like that. Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Okay. Lots of orders flying around. So, what we'll do is, I said to him that will take a turn or two, so we'll move them next turn. And the runner would have gone this turn, so next turn they'll be coming out and crossing the dead ground. These guys, they'll get their message about the same time as the cavalry, and this I think this is going to be, yeah, coming through the forest and stuff. It's probably going to be another 3 turns, but I guess we can just carry out his orders considering. But what will happen is, yeah, they'll get the message now, so we'll skip past 2 turns now, I guess, but he won't change his orders now. Squigs are riding in, as are the Boar Cav over by Sunken Bush Lane. These guys, they would have reached Orchard Villa by now. This guy is coming out too late, although potentially we probably would have seen them, so they're going to probably turn about here. These guys moving into support. Okie dokie. Right, so what we need to do is we need to roll against these militia firing at these squigs. So we'll do 1 roll. Bearing in mind they need to get below a 35. 34, right, that's a hit. Bam. Lot of squigs, lot of dead squigs in the open ground. And a 30, another one. Bam. Oh, that's a super success. That's wiped out. That's a 3. That's coming way under numbers. That's the squigs wiped out. That's great success. And squigs are pretty squishy anyway. But they've eaten up what they need to eat up, and then the cavalry and then the squigs come in. Now, okay, so I'm going to give the cavalry a -10 for going and trying to fight into bushes. And the fact that, you know, they've had to go past some exploding squigs, and, you know, maybe some of them have tripped up. So we'll give them a -10. So I think what is his close combat skill? He needs to get below a 43. $96. I'm going to say that they get off another round, and these guys have to maybe come in round the side. They get beaten back. Not good against muskets. And the squigs, I'm going to give them a -20 because they've taken a hit and they're coming into bushes, and pretty unfavourable for them. Oh, a 92 there again. Whatever these American Indians are made out of, I'm going to say that's gone as well. I'm going to say that's gone as well. That's mega failure. He's come across there. Boom, boom, boom. And get rid of that. Okay, that was quite exciting. You know, nice little failed cavalry charge from the boar pigs. Let's. You can see. I've just made it in Canva. Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look.
What?
Hello. So, from your angle where you are now, because you're still at the end, you're still over by the rocks, by the way. you can see that your Slugger Boys and Snots and Grots still in line. There seems to be something going on at the end of the far line. You can't quite make out what it is on Group 2. Seems to be a bit of a ruckus. Someone's switched out formation, but you're quite far away, so you can't see.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you say you were on a war pig as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Griphook's on a warpick.
Yeah. So yeah, group number 2, yeah, over by Orchard Villa. However, the far right of that line looks like something's going on. And obviously you can't see your cavalry from where you are, so you don't know how they're doing.
No.
What's next?
I want to carry my Group 1 marching forward towards up towards like Windmill Farm, see what's up there.
Yeah. So you ordered that last turn, and that'll be done. Yeah.
And the archers and the knobs from Group 1 that are still like up by the reeds.
Yeah.
If they could just carry on marching as well.
Okay.
Northwest.
Yeah.
And adapt, from their position towards Windmill, and if those ruins in front of Clifton Castle, Group 2 can go in.
Yep.
And charge on their position with their Arrow Boys in support behind, and the knobs we'll keep those with Griphook. But he can come out of the forest now, Griphook.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
with
right.
knobs and the Arrow Boys. He can get stuck in.
Okay, we'll do that, and we'll try and keep the knobs. What about your squigs that are still with you?
On each, I think the squigs can go.
So Group 2 squigs.
The Group 2 squigs, they can go in first. The one block of squigs can go in first.
Yeah. Okay.
Towards the ruins.
The ruins. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you've got the squigs going in first on the sunken Brook Lane.
Yeah. Yeah, they've gone in. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Okay. Right, we'll get that done. Ciao for now.
Ciao for now.
Okay, so by this time, yes, these will be advancing. I'm going to say that the Slugger Boys are just behind. Now, he did say he wanted the knobs and the arrows to go in support on the flank. The knobs are slow and heavy. They aren't going to do anything. These guys just out of range. They're not going to fire. But with all that going on, I know that these are going to probably retreat to the windmill and try and sort out some kind of line of defense, probably. But they'll get one shot off, and the Arrow Boys will get their shot off as well. But so range combat for them is 42. So let's have a look. Ha! Bang on. Right. So he takes a hit. Another one. 13. That's another 2 hits. They're running, and they're severely out of strength. These guys are nearly gone. A devastating hail of arrows has gone into them. Right, let's go over here and work these guys out for what's going on here. So these pigs are going to kind of hit them in the flank. They're probably going to go in again as well, and these guys are going to go in. These guys are going to sit in the rough ground. They're probably going to charge him, so he'll get one shot off against them. And they're only grots and snots, but they are quite small targets, so maybe they won't be so good in close combat, but yeah, we might have to give like a -10 or something in close combat for grots and snots. That's probably a good idea. And then we'll move these guys on, still in line. You can go about there. Squigs are following you, but the knobs are pretty hard and heavy, and they're about there. So let's see what surprises we give him for this round. Right, so it's close quarter fighting. I think, what is it, like a, is it 41? 43. They got a 96. Okay, so weirdly enough, I'm going to put a hit against that ball cavalry, and then I'm going to roll again. 45. Bit of a stalemate. If it was one pip, I'd give it, but as it's almost half a degree, maybe not. What do you think? These guys will have to hit back, but we'll give them a -10 because they're getting hit on the flank. 27. Ooh, 2 pips away. I'm going to say it's a stalemate. And it's just a ruckus. These boys charging in. 32. That's definitely a hit. And 49. Maybe not so much. But as it's 2 against 1, we'll give him a disadvantage. So he needs to get below. Okay, yeah, he's failed. He's gonna run. 2 failures. Actually, no. We'll do a morale check. Do they stand their ground, or do they run? They stand their ground. Okie dokie. Right. So we're going to give the militia their first shot as some of the snots and grots fire on them. 2 pips away. Maybe a few of them. 2 pips. It does need to pass. I tell you what, we'll say we'll hold one of them up. Maybe shot a third of them, and we'll hold one of them up. But yeah, these grots against the militia. So the grots need to get. Okay, well that's a failure. So let's hit them back. 97. That is 2 fails, but then 6 fails. I'm going to say they get overwhelmed and they start running away. That is yeah. I mean, with a 97 out of 100, yeah, that's no good. Yeah, okay. We'll go back and tell him the good news. Griphook Ragnash.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so you've had a report from that attack on the sunken bush lane. There was two platoons of enemy infantry hiding out in that sunken lane. It's a fierce fist fight, but They shot all your squigs. The squigs didn't work. Your squigs lie dead on the field. Say again?
They didn't even get in, like... They didn't even get, like,
They got shot to
into the
pieces.
enemy lines.
They didn't even get into the enemy lines. They were pretty damn good shots. But your Boer cavalry is in a melee with them.
They mowed them down, right? They mowed them down.
You don't know yet. But up towards the rough ground next to Ruby Farm, so that's directly north of Orchard Villa, a couple of groups of snots and grots have broken formation and started what looks like a bit of a rumble up near Ruby Farm, and there's some musket fire coming from your north.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Well, what about the Group 1? How far are they up towards Windmill?
You haven't heard from Group 1 yet, but they are carrying out your mission.
Okay. And where is the line of Group 2?
They're just past Orchard Villa. They're right in front of you.
Okay. So I don't know what's gone there. Let's send the knobs up north towards the northern part of the line towards Ruby Farm to see what's going on with Griphook Ragnash.
You want to take Griphook Ragnash to Ruby Farm?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see what's going on that
the
northern front.
While everyone else just keeps going towards the castle and those ruins, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
And that's it. That's it for now, Durbo, I would say.
I should probably think it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll run the numbers, and I'll come back to you with a report.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So these guys, after seeing them, they're gonna get their run on. They're gonna charge. These guys probably. I think they probably, as they see these guys chase them away, I think they're probably gonna start chucking some arrows, and these guys will have to start firing. That's obviously still going on. These guys, I tell you what, two of these guys get distracted, and the line continues. I think he didn't mention the squigs, so the squigs are going to come up there and they're going to blast a hole next turn. That'll be fine. And then Griphook Ragnash comes up. They're going to start chasing them across there, and then they get to about there. They're a bit slower. Perfect. Okay. Right. We're just going to roll one set of dice for the volley of militia, because these guys are really badly beaten up. Throwing all the tools out of the box. So that's a 30. So that's not so bad. Say that they're out. And what we'll do is we'll have two of these fire their arrows. Well, okay, that's definitely a level of success, so that takes a hit. And another one. These arrow boys are tearing shit up. Although maybe I should have given them a -10. because they're in cover. Yeah, although that would still work because that, yeah, so yeah, that's 2 hits. Okay, they're going to fire back. And a miss. No dice. Knobs are going to keep going. The squigs, they'll keep going as well. Right, but it's all about the sunken lane and bushes. What's these pigs going to do? 42, that's definitely a hit. And the second one, 55, yeah, no, it's too much for him. These infantry are going to try and hit back. The 33 against 2, no, but we'll roll a morale and see if they run. Oh, that's an 80. They're breaking. They're running. I think the Boer cavalry is probably a bit shot. They're probably not going to chase off. But these guys might. So we'll do the Boer cavalry again. 72. Nope, no good. 63. Fighting them off. The Grots and Snots are just getting involved, so we won't roll for them yet. But hand to hand with the Motch'Ikans militia. 39. They're still hanging on. It's and they stand. They're standing their ground. They're doing well. Another shot coming out from the Motch'Ikans militia. What are they going to fire? 48. It's a bit of a whiff. Maybe some of them go down, but they're definitely going to come back into close combat now. For the Grots. 70. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And a 88. They're not doing it. So we're going to allow them with those failures to maybe try and hit back, but it's very much a stalemate. The Grots can't do it. They're running away. It's too much of a tough fight for them. This militia unit lives for now, and I think that'll do it. All right, let's go back and tell him the good news. Hello. How are you? I can't hear you.
I'm very well. How goes the battle on the north?
Yes.
Front?
So you have received a message from Group 1. They've acknowledged your order and are attacking the windmill.
Oh, they're attacking.
Yes. Yes. The report, the little snot kind of messenger dude, he says, "Oh yeah, there was a couple of units of enemy militia hiding out in the farm, but we pushed them out. I think we pushed them out. Don't worry."
Okay, so nothing too major to worry about.
Nothing too major to
And
worry
on the,
about. But as you're riding north,
the south.
you see a lot of gunfire and a lot of shouting and hollering coming from the sunken bush lane. It's a big fight going on there. It's a hell of a fight. And just as you're kind of getting in the vicinity of Ruby Farm, just south of it, you see two lots of Snots and Grots. Yeah, okay. No, they're too tough. They're too tough. Can't kill them. What are you gonna do?
Okay, well, So there's two units of Snots of Grots that have broken off.
Yeah, they broke off because they saw some enemy in the rough ground around Ruby Farm, just to the east of it.
Ruby Farm.
Yeah. So you're just south of Ruby Farm,
Okay.
and just to the west of Ruby Farm, there's like some little knolls type of thing, bit of rough ground. But yeah, they saw some enemies in there, and they tried to chase them off, but it was too tough for them.
So on my Group 2 line,
Yeah.
Closest to the sunken Brook Lane,
Yeah.
is 4 units of Snots and Grots.
That's right.
Okay. Well, then let's send them off in support of the withering Boar Cavalry in Sunken Ball Lane.
Yeah.
Let's send Griphook, Ragnash, and the Knobs slowly in support behind us. I know they're slow, going to lumber along.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get Griphook to rally the Snots and Grots up by Ruby Farm.
Yeah.
And beat them.
Okay.
Beat them back. Beat back the Snots and Grots, so that we can beat back the enemy up towards Ruby Farm.
Okay.
Yep. The Arrow Boys from Group 2 and the Sluggers in Group 2. They can keep their line and carry on going towards the ruins.
Yeah.
And Group 1, the Snots and Grots and the Sluggers are at Windmill Farm. Yeah?
Yeah. By now they should be, yeah.
Okay, and we're waiting for more reports. The Arrow Boys, the Squigs, and the Big Knobs, they can carry on marching northwest towards the windmill, going past the ruins.
Sure. We'll do that.
In between that little farm ruins south of Wimble Farm, and the ruins. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the orders there, squadron leader.
See you in a bit. Okay, so we know that this is going to be a Royal Rumble. Yeah, this is crazy, you know, enveloped. So what we'll do is we'll take the magic dice. We won't give this guy a shot, but we will give this guy a volley. So that's a 31. That's a pass. Hit. We're going to say that these guys are wiped out no matter what. And then we'll have these 3. Well, we'll just do 2 rolls. An 87, no good. Beaten back, probably. And 37. Done. With support, perfect. And the Slugger Boys will come round and hit them again. But I think they're probably going to start to fall back and run. But that is one taken out for the militia. Well done, Freddie Come Lightly. The Arrow Boys are still going to fire in. 84, so that's a miss. That's the first miss for those Arrows Boys. And a 91, a miss again. Squigs are going to go charging in, as asked. 65. They're struggling to get through the debris. But these guys will turn, give a volley. 91. Powder's wet. Oh dear. Terrible. What a fail. He did say he wanted the snots to go into support. These guys, they're shot. They're done. These guys are still falling back. They're going to try and cross the ferry, or at least try and hold it. Try and hold the ferry crossing. What we'll do is we'll take the magic dice and roll for this Boer cavalry. 54, not quite, although with a +10, what's their close combat? 43. Oh, that's 1 pip off. Let's see if we can do anything for these boys. 77. I'll roll for the snots and grots at one, all at once. Why not? And 99. Couldn't get through. Let's just say they couldn't get through the. But for these guys, what's it going to be? A 50. A fail. I'm going to say they start to try and fall back as well. Like a fighting withdrawal, shall we say. Griphook Ragnash is going to rally the snots and grots. He's going to get amongst them. Knobs are too slow. They won't be able to get there. But with support and with Griphook Ragnash, I'm going to let them fire a volley. 27, bam, hits one. And then what we'll do is we'll do a morale check. That's a 99 as they see Griphook Ragnash come through the rough ground. They're like, bugger this, run back to the redoubt. Absolutely terrible. But it's funny how Griphook Ragnash has focused his attention on something quite minor compared to the main battle. He's just content with his boys just doing their thing. So it seems, but it's not without casualties. It's not without casualties, but I think now we'll probably maybe roll some kind of a morale check for the commander of the militia here, as he kind of sees the writing on the wall, as he sees that he might be cut off from the ferry crossing, and it's pretty much his only way of escape. Does he want to die in service of the emperor, or does he want to leave? Let's do a morale check. Has to be under 35 to pass. That's a 22. He's going to stay. He's going to stay, and he's going to fight, at least for now. He thinks that maybe he might be able to hold them up inside the walls of Castle Clifton. But that's about it. Okay, let's go back and speak to Freddie Come Lightly. Hello, Freddie.
Hello, David.
So, as you emerge yourself through the rough ground, you see that there is one platoon in front of you, and they do a bit of a devastating volley. A number of your snots and grots do get hit and fall, but as soon as they see this massive war chief or a massive war pig coming through the rough ground, the unit breaks in panic. They've never seen such a sight. It's their morale is shot, and they're running back to the brook, just where the brook meets the big river. There's actually a little small kind of wooden redoubt that they kind of hastily built, as like kind of like a watch post, just up by the river there. If you look to your west, you will see over by the sunken lane in the bushes that your snots and your grots have probably helped a little bit, but there's still a bit of fighting over by that sunken bush lane. What are your orders?
And, no reports yet from any more reports from Group 1.
No reports from Group 1 yet.
Okay. Well, there's the snots, the 2 blocks of snots and grots, and Griphook, and send them west to reinforce the snots at Sunken Brook Lane, regroup, and finish off the engagement there.
So say again.
And
say that again, because you broke up a little bit.
Let's get Griphook and the snots and grots that were up by Ruby Farm to head back west.
Okay.
Towards Sunken Brook Lane and regroup with the rest of those forces.
Okay. No problem. And
yeah, we're just waiting for news from Group 2, the sliders by the ruins.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll do some more rolling. Okay. So, I'm going to say that these slugger boys, that's not on grot. These slugger boys are going to engage. It's a bit of a royal rumble as things start to develop here. These guys are probably going to go there. They're going to go in there, I think. They're probably going to shoot at the more dangerous thing in front of them, which is the snots and the grots. This little ball here is definitely going to get got. So what we'll do though is we'll take the magic dice and we'll see what happens to platoon 7 over here. So we're going to say 1 volley, 92. It's a whiff, and then the slugger boys come in and cut them up, I presume. 91. Okay, they're probably stopped in their tracks a little bit, and maybe the snots and grots get in front instead. Okay, that's a 6. I'm going to say, yeah, 2 hits, and yeah, it's pretty much a wipeout. 66. Yeah, they got one more hit in them, I think, but I mean, let's do the one on the end. Just maybe the snots and grots come through and okay, 35. They're dead. Yeah, they're gone. Wiped out. We'll have these arrow boys shoot again. A 91. Okay, that's a miss. A 20. Bam. Hit. The snots and grots and the slugger boys go in together. 85 from the snots. The 90 from the slugger boys. So maybe they're just trying to make their way for that little orchards there on the sides, and they're having a bit of a struggle. Okay, so we're going to give the squigs a +10 as they're amongst the ruins now, and they're ready to blow. And it's a 17. Bam. Destroys them because, you know, obviously they're exploding squigs, but I'm gonna say that's a gone unit. With that level of success, that's gone. And yeah, these guys just push forward, and it's the writing's on the wall for this commander now. How many men can he maybe try and save instead? these guys are doing a fighting retreat. These guys are going to push on, try and catch them in the open. I'm going to move them forward. Let's have it from the ball cav. So 42, that's on the button. I'm going to say that's they've ran, and although they put up some stiff resistance, they just couldn't hold any longer, and they've been run down. They're dead. They're all gone. He's taken his grots and snots, and he's crossing over to Ruby Farm. He's taking the knobs with him. These guys, I'm going to say that maybe these are probably going to be the last survivors. They're running into the bushes, maybe trying to swim. Just lurk in the bushes, try and take the forward, maybe head up that way. I'm going to now say that this guy, is he going to break? And he's going to try and make a run for the ferry crossing. 34. It's a 35 on the button. He does stay. He's a foolish commander, but I mean maybe he can let out 1 volley, 2 volley, 3 volleys. Let's do it. 17. We'll say that. There's 2 levels of success. We'll go just knots and grots for 41. Okay, that's a miss. And for the sluggers, 31, that's a hit. Bam. Alrighty then. Okay, we'll go back in and tell him what's going on. Freddy, come lightly.
The Pumphouse.
How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm feeling very confident about the outcome of this this game so far. There doesn't seem to be, too much being reported on the Western Front. I would have thought I would have come up against you a little bit.
A little bit more, huh? Okay, well, I'll tell you what's going on. So you're over by just west of the stables now. After grabbing those grots, the knobs are slowly lumbering on and trying to catch up with you. Down to the south near Orchard Villa, you see a couple of blocks of boar cavalry. A couple of boars that may be sniffing around the dead bodies. Maybe a bit of looting from some of your guys as they're trying to take the best choppers away from some of the fallen. But yeah, there's 2 groups of boar cavalry that have unfortunately got a little bit tired and are hanging out. But you do see a few big explosions coming from down near the ruins. It looks like your squigs have finally gone in. And just down near the riverbed, it seems like your other bits of boar cavalry and snots are cleaning up some retreating militia.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. But yeah, what's your orders now?
Well, I want the knobs, the griphook, the snots, and the remaining ball cavalry to reform and regroup along a line with Group 2 near Orchard Villa, and go and get involved in what sounds like might be a bit more of a bigger battle down by the ruins.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that. Anything else, or?
I think everybody, until I hear something from Group 1 from the windmill or C once I get down there towards Orchard Villa.
Yeah.
I think I'm just content there, sort of doing my own thing. They said there was kind of minor resistance. Hopefully they're still there, still alive. Maybe
Well,
hanging out and
it's been quite a little fun
still
battle.
rested.
Yeah, it's been quite a fun battle. But yeah, I'll run some more numbers, and we shouldn't be long now. Actually, I don't think. Shouldn't be long.
Okay.
Okay. So, obviously, this guy is gone. He's out of there. It's whether these platoons in here want to quit the castle, and whether this guy holds out the ferry crossing. If he holds out and he escapes, we'll go for a couple more turns. If they don't, I'll call it, and I'll show Freddy Come Lightly his victory. Yeah, okay, so what we'll do is we'll roll for the morale of the little captain. Instead, he's legging it. He's like, no, we're gone. So two points of failure. So I'll tell you what, platoon 1 will get out first, and platoon 2, and then maybe platoon 3 might try and act as a rear guard. They're going to try and envelop. So they're going to see him. They're going to go around. He's going to try and climb the walls. The knobs are going to move. Well, they're going to move forward. Maybe try and knock down the gate a bit. And these guys are going to move and envelop. Going to push forwards. Yeah, it's about time, isn't it? Really, it's a bit crazy. Okay, so platoon 1, maybe. Yeah, I think maybe they left it a turn too late to run. I think we're going to say this platoon tries and hits the snots and grots. Oh, that's a 14. That's 2. So they don't charge in, but they might. 98. No, they're gonna run. Gonna see their buddies get beaten up. Going without support, they're gonna run. But these guys then are gonna come in from the side. 2 close combats. They're trying to hold the ferry crossing, but alas, I think they're overrun. I think they're overrun by cavalry. Yeah, they're gone. The ferry crossing's gone. It's been captured. There's no way out for these guys. It's a butchering, absolute butchering. And as Griphook Ragnash comes down Sunken Bush Lane, he sees that the castle is pretty much already his, as people trying to abandon it, but they get pretty much knocked out, and that's game. But this little platoon 8 runs off off map to maybe spread the word of Griphook Ragnash and his terrible, audacious attack on Castle Clifton. I'm gonna bring Freddy Come Lightly in and share my screen. Freddy Come Lightly.
Yes, Mr. Pumphouse.
I've got some bad news.
Lay it on me.
The Imperial forces have been crushed. Yeah, it's
they didn't stand a chance.
They didn't stand a chance. So if you care to watch my screen, I'll show you what happened.
What, stream or your?
This is how the battle ended up. collapsed. They tried to make it back to this ferry crossing, and they did try and put up a big defense, but your cavalry and their accompanying snots and grots cut them down. And it just so happens that at this turn, the garrison commander saw this, because the ferry crossing has now been overrun